everyone, I'm Renita Young, and welcome to Your Money Story. I have one important question for you that I want you to keep in the back of your mind as we go through today's episode. When you look in your wallet, is your money smiling back at you? What do I mean by that? I am going to let you know pretty soon. I want to bring in our guest for today. His name is Ken Honda, and he's known as the Zen millionaire and best-selling author of Happy Money, the Japanese art of making peace with your money. He has written several books on fusing the topics of money and self-help, personal finance and self-help. And so let's not wait any longer. I'm going to invite him to come on in. Right. Ken should be joining us pretty soon. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing well. And start to think of questions. I hope you have heard of Ken before. Hi, Ken.
Hello, Renita, right?
Yes, you got it. How are you?
Great. This is my
Excellent.
first time ever on Instagram Live, so
Oh, really?
I'm little just confused about the angle, but is this
Right.
okay?
It's a little funky. This is perfect, actually. We can see
Okay,
your
great. So
face.
your name
And
is
I,
Renita.
yes, my name is Renita.
Okay, I
And
practiced a few times, so I
yeah,
hope I got it right.
you got it. It's perfect. Thank you so much. I think that's huge respect when one practices one's name, and I,
Yes.
share the same sentiment that you do. But I think that your story is quite fascinating, and so is your book, Happy Money. So I really appreciate you coming on,
Thank
and
you.
of course. And so we can start out with this. Now, I know that you have a law degree from Waseda University in Tokyo, and that
Hmm.
you owned and managed businesses. You
Yes.
launched consulting firm, accounting firm.
Hmm.
But what I read and found interesting is that you grew up and at some point you developed a fear of talking about money when you were younger. And
Yes.
so tell me, what was your relationship like with money growing up?
So I was born into a very unique family. My father was a tax accountant. So in Japan, and I think probably in North America too, that at family dinner table, people don't talk about money.
Mm,
But our family was exception because my father used to started teaching me about money when I was 5 or 6, which is kind of unique. So
hmm.
I learned pretty much all about money by the age 10. So I was lucky to know
Yeah.
everything about money.
Very good. And you're right. Not a lot of people grow up learning about money because we learn that that's something that the adults talk about pretty soon. But you are very fortunate if you grow up in a household that does that. And
Hmm.
so when you were 29 years old, you had the unique opportunity to partially retire so that
Yes.
you could stay at home and help raise your daughter more.
Hmm.
And you had something happen that you saw at a park that made you think about the unique way that you now help people relate to money. Can you describe briefly what happened and how
Yes.
that shifted your perspective?
Right. So I was a full-time daddy, and I was lucky enough to spend all day at the park. And one day I saw, probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I saw a child and a mom just came to a swing. And they were just playing for just like a couple of minutes. And then they're just leaving. Like, oh, I thought they just came. And she was saying, your mom has to go to work. And the child is saying, Mommy, we just got here. And it was right because they just really literally got there. And
Hmm.
I realized and I was shocked that because of money, they have to work, and like most of us. And then because of money, and she didn't understand what's going on in their life. So if they knew more about money, they didn't have to go. She doesn't have to go to work. So she could have spent at least an hour, maybe more, at the park. That inspired me to start writing just a short essay on money and happiness, which is
Okay.
almost 20 years ago.
Almost 20 years ago. And that
Uh-huh.
eventually turned into this entire movement.
Yes.
But it was not then that you learned about happy money, which is what our topic for today
Hmm.
is. You
Yes.
learned about happy money at a party. Tell us the story of the wallet.
Yeah, I was at the party, and at the time, people were curious about celebrities' wallet. Like, Justin Bieber has a wallet. What color, in which shape, and made of leather or plastic or whatever that is. So a woman showed up at the party, and she asked me if she could take a look at my wallet. And it's okay. And there were a lot of people. So as long as you give it back to me, okay. And she said, thank you. And she was checking my bills and she took out everything out. So I was kind of watching her, what she was doing. And she was saying to herself, this is okay, this is great, oh, this is great. And she put them all together and just
Hmm.
gave it back to me. And she said, Ken, you're good to go. And
Well,
what?
thanks.
And I asked her, what? And she said, all your money was smiling. That means you must have made a lot of people happy and received money. And I
Hmm.
was so surprised. And she went on, but on the other hand, if you're not making other people happy or taking advantage of other people, your money is crying in your wallet.
Hmm.
And and then she disappeared. So it was very interesting moment that
Yeah.
then I realized that money is as energy. If you take advantage of other people, you feel bad about it, and then you feel like something was wrong. So I
Hmm.
realized there are two kinds of money: happy money and unhappy money.
Okay. Tell us the difference between happy money and unhappy money.
Yes, that's a very good question. Thank you. So happy money makes you smile when you receive it. When you receive a check, you're full of appreciation. Wow, thank you. And when you spend it, also you do that out of gratitude. But unfortunately, 95% of us receive money with grudges and frustration. This is all, I work so hard and this is what I get. And then
Mm.
when we spend money, also we feel tense, we feel frustration, and we feel despair sometimes. We have to pay all this for bills. I don't know how to make both ends meet.
Hmm.
And even the wealthy people have grudges when they're paying taxes and stuff. So when you receive money with frustration and spend money with anger and resentment, that's unhappy money. But unfortunately, most of us are doing it one way or another. We complain about money, that our pay is too little and bills are too expensive.
I found it interesting that you talked about gratitude. It's kind of infused in the entire book about how
Hmm.
gratitude will ultimately help change your perception,
Yes.
and and then it somehow attracts money to you.
Hmm.
Can you walk us through that, how the law of attraction relates to money and gratitude specifically? And walk us through that.
Yeah. So, once you start this cycle of appreciation, money coming in and going out, you just thank your client, your boss, and your client, your friends, or your family members who give money to. And then when you spend money, also appreciate it. For example, one of my students is a single mom, and she was a low-paying secretary, and she was complaining about her little pay. But after learning about this happy money theory, she started thanking her boss for
Hmm.
hiring her without a college degree. So she started appreciating him for so many ways, sincerely. And a few weeks later, she got a big raise because
Mm.
her appreciation touched her boss's heart. And then uh, I, definitely he wanted to do something to repay her. So appreciation really works wonders practically.
It does. And I mean, it does something for your mind. It does something to enable you to give money, I would
Hmm.
imagine. And so thanks for breaking that down with us. And so you say that you have 5 steps to happy money. And
Yes,
the first, I want you to explain for people who don't
yes.
understand it, it's shifting out of the scarcity mindset. Tell us what you mean
Hmm.
by that and how to do it.
Yes. So, as I said, most of us are feeling fearful or frustration around money. It's because we live in a city called Scarcity. We're
Mm.
scared about anything
See
about
what you did there.
in the city. I'm learning English, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So people maybe looking at the word as it is, but I'm looking at it from a different perspective. So we believe in scarcity. That means there's not enough. And if somebody is getting it, I'm not getting it. So this sense of unfairness is so hard. So once you get out of this scarcity mindset, you start seeing things that there's more in life. There's abundance. There's a roof above my head and food on the table. Wow, I can appreciate so many things. If
Hmm.
you can shift your mindset from scarcity to abundancy, you're going to be free from money worries and more gratitude. And more gratitude will bring in more opportunities and potentially financial success as well.
Okay, okay,
Hmm.
fair enough. And so the second step you say is forgive and heal your money wounds. And what I found interesting about the book is that you talk about your money blueprint. And so I'm
Hmm.
guessing that that's how that comes together. You figure out what your money
Yes.
blueprint is, and then how do you forgive and heal your money wounds?
So most of us, I'd say all of us were hurt when we were small kids. I was once denied of my request for my Christmas for I wanted to have a bicycle, but
Mm-hmm.
I lived in a hilly place like San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
Kobe. Bicycle was dangerous, is what they thought, and probably then, but I didn't know at the time, and they said my parents said that's expensive for you. So I was denied of my dreams, and I'm sure you were denied of your summer camps and circus
Mm-hmm.
lessons or ballet lessons
Mm-hmm.
because of money. Our dreams got crashed. So can you forgive your parents or somebody who stole your money or just who did something out of integrity? And can you heal your trauma, whatever happened in your life, and forgive who's involved? And if you can heal your money wounds, you're not afraid of money anymore. Because of money wounds, we feel like we cannot take risks. If I lose everything, if I lose my job, we are so frustrated, and we
Mm-hmm.
cannot free ourselves because of money trauma. So forgiving people around you and also healing the money wounds is very important.
You said if we don't forgive our money wounds, we can't take risks. I thought that that was that's a really good way to put that
Hmm.
because we are afraid to go after our dreams because of that ballet class that we didn't get, and or we may fear not having enough. I think that's
Yes.
one of the most common. And so the third one is discover your gifts and get into the flow of happy money.
Yeah,
How do you do
so unless you're born into a Rockefeller family,
that?
or your parents are like Bill Gates or whoever that is,
Right.
we have to make a living, and the first step was usually sweat equity. You have
Mm,
to work hard with your body and your brain, and you have to do what you're good at. That means you have to use your gifts. You
yeah.
may you may be good at speaking, you may be good at writing, you may be good at cooking, whatever that is. You may be able to connect people without any difficulties. So you have to use your gifts, and you could be a salesperson, chef, consultant, counselor, coaches, whatever the profession. You have to be super good at what you do. And if you
Hmm.
start doing what you love, money and opportunities will start coming to your way. So you
Okay.
have to you have to use your gifts because we are born with certain gifts. So I think one of the life purpose is to find who you are and discover your gifts and share with your heart fully. And that
Hmm.
is the way that you can live your life fully and receive abundance at the same time.
That's pretty good. And I should let you know, you're getting a lot of love in the comments. A lot
Thank
of people
you.
are saying hello. I think someone earlier said hello from Colombia. But the last two
Wow.
we can run through quickly.
Uh-huh.
The number four is trust life. I think you led into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. Thank you.
And then the fourth step to happy money, the fifth, I'm sorry, the fourth is trust life, but the
Mm-hmm.
fifth is exactly what you've been saying. Say arigato all the time, say thank you all the time. Um,
Yes.
And so just briefly
Hmm.
elaborate on the importance of gratitude that people don't quite understand.
So one of my mentors is his name is Wahei Takeda, who's
Hmm.
called Warren Buffett of Japan, and he said, "Arigato your money all the time." That means if you start appreciating about money and what's going on in your life, you can start the cycle of appreciation, and our mind can focus only one thing at a time. That means if you just focus on gratitude in life, you cannot complain with a smile on your face. And if you're full of gratitude, you cannot worry about life.
Yeah.
So my mentor said, focus on gratitude, trust your life, and you cannot trust life and be thankful at the same time complain and and worry about life. So either you focus on gratitude or complain about what's going on in your life. So that's
Hmm.
why arigato or a thank you or I love you in life is very important.
Very, very good. And so we're coming to a close. I want to get at least one question in from the audience. I think some
Hmm.
folks have been asking questions.
Sure.
Let's see, let's see, let's see. You know what I would ask? I think
Yes.
someone kind of alluded to this.
Sure.
What would you say to people who don't necessarily know what they're good at, what their gifts are? How would you go about discovering them? There's some people who don't, they've been working so hard that they don't know
Hmm.
what they really are
Hmm.
good at.
Ask your friends, your friends know who you are. So she or he would say, like, you should cook more, you should speak more, you should open up a restaurant, even as a joke, your friends know you're good at. And
Hmm.
just remember what kind of things you're asked more. Can you build a homepage for me? Can you just spare 10 minutes? I got trouble in my office and I want you to listen to me. So
Hmm.
if you have like 10 friends waiting for you that they want to have a chat with you, you can be a counselor or coaches because you're very good at listening to people. So just ask around, what do you think I'm good at? And they know. And then you realize oh, that's right. I forgot I knew. And then
Yeah,
you just start discovering gifts more. So ask around your friends and family members. They know your flaws. They know your
right.
talents as a lot more than you do. So
Hmm.
just ask them
I
simply.
should note that you didn't know you were a great writer until
Hmm.
you were 34 years old and you were passing out the pamphlets.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
cool.
So
And
hmm
it's worth it. Okay, so I actually want to talk about briefly the
yes.
money EQ
Uh-huh.
personality types. I'm going to list them and then you tell me why it's important to know.
Sure.
So we have compulsive spender, compulsive saver, compulsive
Uh-huh.
earner, indifferent type, the
Hmm.
hippie type, the repressed spender, the
Hmm.
gambler, and the worrier. Tell me why it's important in your interpersonal relationships to understand your money personality and their money personalities.
I've done a lot of money counseling in my life. Sometimes a couple, sometimes a family, the whole family. And I'm always surprised that even they're born and brought up in the same household, your sister, your brother, they are completely different people.
Mm-hmm.
Your sister maybe like she's a spender. She spends all the money after she gets an allowance and then asks you alone, because she spends it all in a few days. Or
Right.
it could be your brother could be a saver. He doesn't spend a penny.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a very stable life, after 20 years. And
Mm-hmm.
then you end up getting married to a different type of money personality type because you're attracted to a different type. Oftentimes, a gambler or compulsive moneymaker are attracted to spender. And then, the romance fire just grows. And then after they get married, but after a few years, that could be a reason for divorce because
Mm.
compulsive moneymaker cannot stand how his wife spends so much money because even though he makes $1 million, his wife can spend in 2 months. So you have to understand what's going on in your life. Your partner, your
Mm-hmm.
friends, your business partners, they are completely different people. and they're right, and you're right. But you have to understand each other. It's not just money personality types, but we are born and brought up differently.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can respect the spender type or saver type, we have a completely different set of rules, and
Right.
it's almost like a different country. So you have to
Almost.
understand. Yes, and the money can be the biggest reason for divorce and a lot of fights. As you can remember, how
Mm-hmm.
your parents fought, usually money issues. So if you can understand your money personality types, and you would understand yourself more. Why are you
Yeah.
spending so much time making money? Why you spend so much time at a party or shopping mall, retail therapy? And
Mm-hmm.
you got it. Okay, I think it's because I'm seeking security. That's why I became a saver. I have
Mm-hmm.
I have a I have a fear in spending money. So if you understand those, you understand yourself and your family members and your partner more.
That's a perfect lead into my final question, which is money means a myriad of things to many people, right? To
Hmm.
some people, it means security. But what does money
Yes,
mean to you?
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, money is just a neutral energy. So money can be God, money can be devil. So I'm really enjoying how it looks in my eyes because that's who I am at the moment. So oftentimes I see money as love, but sometimes when I'm in fear mode, I'm afraid that money can destroy me or just hurt me. So depending on where I am and how it looks to me, how money looks to me in my thinking, I know who I am at the time. So I'm learning to know where I am when I look at money. It's the same with life. When I feel and see so much love, I'm in love. But when I'm seeing so much fear and fights, that's the state I'm in. So
Mm-hmm.
money is a reality checker for me.
Okay. Well, I think that's a fantastic place to leave it. Ken Honda, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. And you're in Japan now, correct?
Yes,
Thank you for staying around, staying up,
thank you. It
and
was a
I
lot of
hope,
fun, Renita. Thank you.
of course, and I hope you have a great evening and weekend.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.